Alright, Carly, this is your swing analysis. On the left, we have the first swing when we first started working together in April, and then on our right, we have the swing that we saw today. You will see how hard you've been working and the improvements that you've been making. So let's start here on the left. So when we first started, obviously we had an unorthodox situation going on where we had probably the strongest grip I've ever seen, in which the hands are extremely far out and the left hand is turned over, almost pointing at me at the camera. And on the right, you can see how we have a more traditional setup. Something that we've worked hard on that you are continuously get better at is I like to see hands right underneath shoulders. And you can see here that on the left, you started, your hands are way outside. Now when we see where our hands are in relation to our shoulders, much closer. Obviously, if we can get those hands in, that makes it a little bit better, but that's 10 times better than where we have been. And then let's see what happened here in the left when we used to take that club inside. You can see that club head, actually the club head's pointed at me. And now when we take that club in, we actually have that club working up. You used to have the club so shut that you had no choice but to hold on to it, and all you were hitting were hooks. And now you have the ability to rotate your hands and your forearms together and make it a little bit more consistent of a strike. Now we get up to the top of your old swing, see how close your hands are to your head. Club head pointed straight to the sky. Left wrist pointed to the opposite side. Ideally, and I'll show you this a little bit later, you want those two matching. That's something that we're working on. But look at the improvements that you've made here on the left. Go up to the top. Now you got your club pointed to the sky straight up instead of kind of opposite, and now your wrist is over here. So the arrows are actually working in a better fashion. The arrows are almost in the same direction, right? We want, and sooner or later we will get here, we want the left wrist and the face to be the same angle. Where here your left wrist was here and your face was there. So a little unorthodox, but we are getting there. And then when we take the club, let me erase those lines for you here. Now when we take the club in, you can see how far out your hands were, and your club was working so far right the ball would hook. Now over here on the right, when you take the club in, you can look at you go. You are actually getting the club working left. So you're actually producing cuts now. So very good, much better. Ideally, what we will be getting to, let me put a video up here, is on the left over here. This is Aaron Baddeley, PGA Tour player. When he takes the club up to the top, you can see here that you have the club face and his left wrist pretty much matching, pretty much all on the same line there. And on the right over there, you can see that the arrows, as we talked about, are getting better, but that's where you're going to be going. Overall, it's 10 times better. You can see how his hands and his left arm is through his bicep, and your left arm is over your shoulder. We're going to get that to be around in there. So that's where we're going. Good job in all the hard work you've done. It's starting to show, as you can see, and it's starting to pay off, as you are seeing in your scores. And yeah, I will see you next time. Thanks, Carly.